Okay, so I know it's been a minute, but y'all, I just finished Sistas Season 6, Episode 8. Okay, so I did watch 6 and 7. I just don't have a review up, y'all. Life been life, and I'm going to try to get better. But after seeing this episode, I was like, I have to do a review. I was about to just be like, all right, I tried. I tried to review the show, couldn't do it. But y'all about to get this review. It's late, but y'all about to get it. And look at Kobe, y'all. This is the reason why I haven't been able to do no videos. He don't let me be great. He just started daycare last week, so hopefully that will help me be able to get more done. But y'all, we about to get into this review. Oh my God, y'all. Now he ain't crying, but now he fascinated with this daggone rattle, and I can't do my review. All right, let me try. Let me see how this goes. All right, so I took the rattle and gave him his little teething ring. Let's see if he'll let me be great. Y'all, so let me look at my notes, y'all. This episode 8, was called Pins and Needles. So, y'all. Okay, y'all. So, it opens up with Andy talking to one of her colleagues from law school. And at the time, I didn't know what they were talking about. I just saw he was giving her some information. She was like, I should have contacted you earlier. And I didn't really understand what was going on until later in the episode. So Fatima comes in and basically brings a lady in. She seems to be very powerful, very important. She seems a little biggity because she just walks in and was like, are you Andrea Barnes and this and that. So she comes in, no appointment. She just barges right in. And basically she is a billionaire. She is, I don't know exactly what she does, but she's a billionaire, y'all. So she probably do some of everything. And she is looking for a divorce attorney, and she is seeing if she's going to get Andy to, if she's seeing if she's going to hire Andy as her lawyer for her divorce. So basically she starts talking to Andy about Jordan. And Jordan has this I don't want to call it a scandal, but Jordan's in the news for allegedly messing with the underage girl. So the lady, Miss Willis, tells Andy, like, yeah, I know Jordan's not lying because I know a liar. I've been one for 15 years, referring to her, current husband she's trying to divorce. And so what I realized is the person that was in there before giving Andy information, he basically was given proof that Jordan is innocent, and he didn't do what they accused him of doing. And then in addition, Miss Willis is like, I know Jordan is telling the truth, because I could look in his eyes and tell because I know liars, whatever. So that's that. So she tells Andy she's not hiring her just yet. Like, she needs to be sure that Andy is gonna be able to. Y'all. Okay, Kobe, no. Y'all, he been doing this all day. So anywho, that's that. So then we find out that Jordan recommended, did I just say that? Jordan recommended Miss Willis. So I guess the combination of Andy getting proof that Jordan is innocent, Miss Willis also saying that she thinks he's innocent, and finding out that Jordan, let me just take this earring off. And finding out that Jordan is the one that sent her over to Andy's office, Andy is feeling apologetic. Like, she's realizing that her man is innocent. So we get over to Sabrina. She is leaving the hospital. She just had an appointment for freezing her eggs. They have to run some tests and do ultrasounds and stuff. So as she's leaving the hospital, Karen comes in. So she's like, oh, Karen, what are you doing? Well, first, Karen asks Sabrina what she's doing there, and Sabrina lets her know. Hold on, y'all, I need to try to prop this phone. All right, y'all. So Sabrina tells Karen that she's there, for an appointment. And Sabrina's like, what are you doing here? Y'all, this boy is so sleepy, but he is just fighting it so bad. Anywho, so Karen's like, oh, I'm here for a checkup, and Sabrina's like, you just had a checkup, and Karen is like, well, I'm getting the DNA test done. And she's like, yeah, I'm just getting it done for Zach. Well, really for Fatima, because Fatima is the one pressuring Zach to get this DNA test. Even though, as I told y'all before, I'm not saying it's not none of Fatima's business. It's definitely her business, because she deserves to know if she's about to have a baby. If Zach is about to have a baby, so she can know if she wants to go forward with the relationship. It's her business. But the way she's going about trying to pressure Zach and stuff, y'all, it's just getting on my last nerve. But anywho, so oh my gosh, no, anywho, so yeah, Karen is there to get the DNA test. Y'all don't mind me, I gotta have my notes so I can remember everything that happened. So we get back to the office, and Fatima is outside Andy's door, ear hustling, trying to see what's going on. And as that happened, y'all, Hayden walks up and is inquiring about what's going on as usual, because y'all know Andy and Hayden are in the race to become senior partner. So anywho. So, Miss Willis and Andy come out the office, and once Miss Willis come out the office, Hayden is being Hayden. Oh, Miss Willis, so nice to meet you. Can I get you anything? If you need anything, he tells her he's the future senior partner, and da da da. And she's like, hey, I don't need a sales pitch, like, so she leaves, lets Andy know, she'll be in touch. So when she leaves, Hayden is just like, he wants to know how Andy even acquired Miss Willis. Like, how did you even get her in your office? Like, what do y'all have going on? And of course, Fatima and Andy telling him to mind his business. So, anywho, so then Fatima is telling Andy about, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry this review is all over the place. It is just so hard for me to concentrate with him here. But it's like, if I don't hold him, he will start crying. Okay, let me try to focus. Okay, so Fatima is telling Andy that Karen is getting the DNA test done today, and Zach is meeting her up there. And Andy basically tells her, you can go or whatever, y'all. Ain't like she was doing no work anyway. Y'all know Fatima and Andy, they don't be working up at that law firm anyway. So anywho, so we get to Gary and Tamara, y'all. Gary is meeting Tamara at the hotel. So long story short, they basically agree to be cut friends. And they agree to keep it between them. Of course, they don't want Hayden to know. Y'all, Gary is just toxic. He is just a toxic person. He got his dealings with Andy. Well, had his dealings with Andy. Got the baby on the way with his fiance. Now this with Tamara, amongst other things that we have not even seen. So yeah, Gary's just Gary is Gary. So they do what they do, y'all. They do what they do, and basically after they do what they do, Gary is like, all right, I'm about to go. I'll text you the horse emoji if I want you. And then she's basically like, what did she say? She mentions that she knows about the FBI, and Gary is like, what do you know about it? And she was like, nothing. He was like, exactly. So basically, like, mind your business. Don't be worrying about what I got going on. So basically, what I thought was a vape pen at the time, y'all, I'm just so I don't know. So when Gary leaves, we discover that it looks like the pen that she had on the nightstand, she was recording him the whole time. But I'm thinking like, okay, what is she gonna do with this information? Like, and then I'm just confused altogether. So does she want Hayden or not? Of course, I know it started out being, you know, first I know it started out, Fatima put them together, because Fatima was trying to, get back at Hayden or whatever. But then she started, acting like she really did want to be with him, even after she got exposed. Now she messing with Garrett. Y'all, I don't know what she's doing. I really don't know. I don't know if now I'm like, are Hayden and Tamara working together to try to bring Gary down? Y'all, I can't even tell no more. I can't even tell no more. But I guess we will find out. So we get to Danny, and she's at therapy. She's telling the therapist about Tony and his kids. And she mentions that she doesn't want kids. So having to be a stepmom is, something she just never really imagined. Well, she says she don't want kids right now. But Danny give me the vibe that she don't want kids at all. I just can't even imagine it. So she doesn't want to be a stepmom, but she really likes Tony. And I feel like that that scene or that situation is a testament to, I think, just what happens a lot now. Like, especially when you get older, they're supposed to be, I think, like in their mid to late 30s. So as you get older, I just feel like, finding a man that does not already have kids or doesn't have some type of baggage, like kids or a previous marriage, it's just hard. So it's like, you find yourself being like, this, I don't want to deal with this, but I really like him. So I like that they are adding this storyline in here. Because for the longest there was no kids involved in this show at all. Besides Gary had kids, but we never saw them. So I'm glad. I feel like this is bringing some realness to the show. And then of course Karen's about to have her baby. So y'all, it's just, So she's telling the therapist about basically her paranoia when it comes to Tony's children and his ex-wife. Like, she's just paranoid she's paranoid the kids are going to try to do something to her so that Tony and his ex can get back together. She's just, just the paranoia that comes with the unknown. Like, she really doesn't know. It is his ex-wife. They're not together no more. But, when kids aren't involved, you just never know. So we get to Karen and Zach. Oh, y'all. Karen is in the waiting room waiting for her appointment to get this DNA test done. So then Zach walks in to meet her up there. Zach is late, but he's like, he didn't come empty-handed. He's like, I got you some food because you said we could be up here a while. And she was like, oh, that's thoughtful of you. So this scene with Karen and Zach, y'all already know, I told y'all I got my eye on Zach because I can't really tell if he still got feelings for Karen or not, because he does a lot of, y'all, he's so sleepy. So sleepy, y'all. Like, I can't, like, just go to sleep. I don't get this thing with babies and fighting sleep. But anywho, so I told y'all that, like, I can't really tell, like, if Zach still has feelings for Karen or not, because sometimes it just seems like it. But now what I'm realizing, this scene helped me realize that I think Zach has kind of been painted as the villain. Not really the villain, but he's kind of been seen as like the bad guy, since this show started. He was cheating on Karen and doing her wrong, and, what seemed to be using her and, this and that. But I think that Zach is genuinely a good person. And if you watch Zatima kind of goes more in depth into Zach's life and his upbringing. And, after seeing that Zach basically has had a hard life, he has issues, mom issues and stuff, I feel like he's been in jail and stuff like that. I don't know if they really said what he did time for, but I think Zach is just genuinely a good person, and he's just kind of had, a troubled past. So him bringing the food for Karen, what may seem like, oh, he might still have feelings for Karen. I think he's just genuinely a thoughtful, caring person. It's just, you know, she may potentially be having my baby. And plus, I was with this girl for 3 years. Like, I'm just genuinely a good guy. And what made me realize that is in my own personal situation, I can relate to the whole Karen, Fatima, Zach dynamic because I too have been in a relationship with someone that has a baby on the way. I may or may not go more depth into that later on in my channel in another video, but the situation wasn't quite exactly the same. And I don't want to do too much because there's, you know, parties involved and I want to be respectful. But in my current relationship, my boyfriend had a baby on the way during our relationship. Now, the pregnancy only detail I will give, the pregnancy did take place before him and I met, but it was just a different situation. So, anywho, so I understand, what, Fatima is dealing with. It's very hard. No matter how the pregnancy happened, it's hard to watch the person you're in love with bring a baby into the world with someone else. But at the same time, you have to be respectful. And like I said, so what I'm saying is my boyfriend also he's just genuinely a good dude. Like, he's just a person that's just going to do what's right. Even though him and I were in a relationship, you know, if the mother of his child needed anything, of course he was going to be there, because that's just, you know, that's just what you do as a man when you're doing the right thing. So let me just get back to this. So basically they're talking about, you know, they're just talking about the baby and stuff, and Zach, of course. So let me go back. So Karen is like, you know, are you okay? Because I know you're scared of needles. You know, I know you're nervous because I know you don't like stuff like this. And he's like, oh, I'm good. Oh, you think you know me? I'm good. That was the old Zach. This is the new Zach. And I forgot what was said, but something along the lines of, you know, I'm just nervous that, you know, the baby might have a big head like me. He was like, you know, so you need to be nervous, you know, insinuating you got to push the baby out. And then so he starts grabbing her belly, like, oh, you know, and she's like, oh, my baby's still gonna be cute. But he's touching her belly. They're both touching her belly as Fatima walks in. And y'all, when Fatima walked in, I was just expecting things to get real crazy, because y'all know how Fatima get. It's like more and more as the show progresses, she is just more and more thugged out. Like, I can't. Anywho, so she walks in, and basically Zach is just like, you know, what are you doing here? You know, and Karen is like, I thought I told you to come alone, you know, talking to Zach. And then here comes Fatima, not staying in her lane. She's like, well, I decided to come because I'm here to support Zach. And I'm just like, you know, Fatima, I understand you and your feelings. I understand you want to make yourself known. But number one, whether you're there or not, the results are going to be the same. Number two, Karen made it very clear she wanted Zach to come along. Like, you're doing too much. That was very out of line. But I will say Karen handled it a lot better than I expected. But I think at this point, Karen is like, look, this girl not about to stress me out. I'm getting close to having this baby. Fatima gonna be Fatima. I'm not even about to, you know, I'm here to get the DNA test. So basically, Zach apologizes to Karen for Fatima popping up. And then the nurse comes in to bring Zach back to get his blood drawn. And of course, Fatima goes with him. Like, oh, y'all, she doing too much. So then Andy goes to see Jordan, and she's all kissy with Jordan. And Jordan is like, you know, basically like, what did I do to deserve this? And she's like, oh, you know, I had a friend check things out, and I know that you're innocent. And plus, Miss Willis came by, and she said she believes you. And Jordan was kind of upset, as he should be, because like, girl, I understand Andy did the right thing by taking precaution, but like, what he said was, my word needs to hold more weight than theirs. And I truly understand why he was upset. I understood both sides, but um basically, they kiss and make up, and then he has to go to a meeting. So we get back to the hospital, and Zach is nervous about getting his blood drawn. And Fatima, basically apologizes to him for popping up and was like, I just want to support you, and this is my life too. That's why I'm here. So the nurse comes in and draws Zach's blood, and of course he's just being dramatic. So we get to Gary at his office, and Hayden walks in. He walks in unannounced, and Gary is like, why are you popping up here? He's like, I've been trying to call you. And Gary was like, okay, like, I'm busy. I told you I would hit you back. But nonetheless, Hayden walks in, and he sees a hickey on Hayden. Y'all, too many names. Hayden sees the hickey on Gary's neck and is like, oh, what you been doing? Sleeping with a vampire? Unbeknownst to him, it's his girl that did it, y'all. It was just so crazy. So, basically, Hayden is there to tell Gary that Miss Willis was in Andy's office. And y'all, coincidentally, Gary knows exactly who Miss Willis is. He has had dealings with her. I think he said she, invested in him in the beginning, and she knows him very well. And I'm like, y'all, Gary just has his hand in everything. He just has his hand in everything in Atlanta. Like, I can't. So, basically, that's that. So, Andy calls Fatima because basically she found information that Gary set Jordan up. He paid, basically he paid someone to set Jordan up. And Fatima, of course, in true gangsta boo fashion, she volunteers her services to meet Gary with her, and she's like, I just gotta grab my sneakers in my bag, y'all. So anywho, so then we get to Aaron. Aaron is back in the picture, y'all. And at the time, I'm like, why they dig Aaron up? Like, where Aaron come from? Like, and why? So, and I'm gonna tell y'all why later, why I think, which I'm pretty sure y'all already think. So, Aaron calls the salon to check on Karen, just asking Pam, like, how Karen's doing. And Pam, of course, is like, I'm keeping my girl, I'm taking very good care of her. And then we get to Sabrina and Danny. I'm gonna just get past they scene, y'all, because y'all know I can't hardly take Sabrina. Like, a nice girl, but I just... Anywho, so Gary meets Andy at her house, and she confronts Gary about being obsessed with her and stalking her and setting Jordan up. And then she's like, I got proof. And Gary's like, basically like, okay, oh well, that proof ain't gonna come back to me, so I don't even care. So then, of course, she brings up the FBI, and it's basically like, stay away from Jordan before I get some information to the FBI. So, y'all, Fatima ain't have to pull out her bag, y'all. She had the bag ready, but she ain't have to use it. So, and also, I thought it was funny that before Gary left, he told Andy that the only reason Jordan is with her is probably because she's childish. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, did he say that because, like, is Jordan supposed to be... I'm assuming Jordan is supposed to be not a lot younger than Andy, but I think that Andy, they're in their mid-30s, and maybe Jordan is like supposed to be like in his 20s. I don't know, but he told Andy she was childish, and I'm like, Gary of all people calls somebody childish, okay. So anywho, we get back to the hospital. Karen is about to get her procedure done to get the DNA test. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, in that moment, because I think everybody says, oh, well, just get the perinatal test, just get the test done before the baby comes. Besides the financial part of it, y'all, and I don't know if the needle that the nurse had out was an exaggeration, but y'all, honestly and truly, I would say unless like it just absolutely has to be done. I mean, I know waiting is probably tough, but y'all, I've been pregnant 3 times. You're not sticking no needle inside of me just to find out. I mean, I've never been in that situation of not knowing who I'm pregnant by, but at the same time, y'all, it's a risky procedure. And for me, I'm just like, oh, you just gonna have to wait. And even before she was about to get it done, after seeing the needle, she was just like, what am I doing? Like, we can just wait till the baby is born. But, you know, she's just ready to get it over with. She tired of the questions. She tired of talking. She just want to, you know, figure it out once and for all. So, before the nurse goes to, you know, get the DNA from the baby. Oh, he's good and sleepy. You're good and sleepy. Good and sleepy. You know, they're doing an ultrasound. And clear as day, you can see it's 2 fetuses on the screen, right? Okay. So the doctor shows Karen the screen, and I guess at the time Karen didn't see those 2 big old fetuses on the screen. So she's like, oh, hey, little one. In my head I'm thinking little 2. But little ones. But so the doctor turns the screen back towards her and is like, oh. And basically Karen is like, you know, what's going on? Like, you scaring me. The doctor turns the screen back to her and basically, you know, tells her it's twins. And y'all, Karen's reaction had me crying. She said, oh, hell no. And, you know, the doctor tells her, you know, twins are a blessing. And she was like, but the fetuses are in 2 separate sacs. And as y'all know, that means they are fraternal twins, not identical. When the fetuses share 1 sac, that makes them identical. So, of course, you know, same DNA. So the fact that it's 2 separate sacs, there is a possibility there can be 2 separate fathers. So the doctor tells her we're going to have to test both sacs. And y'all, that is when I realized that is why Aaron is back in the picture. I predict, along with the rest of y'all most likely, one of the babies is Zach's, one of the babies is Aaron. Now, y'all know Aaron she already tested Aaron's DNA, but what I'm thinking is, which I still don't really know how she did it. Did they do a swab? I can't remember. I'm thinking when they did the test, Aaron's DNA was showing he wasn't the father because the baby that is really Zach's was tested at the time. I don't know. Or y'all, for all I know, it might be Zach and somebody else's babies. I don't know, y'all. But we're going to find out soon. I'm about to get up off of here and put this little boy to sleep. He is very tired and fighting sleep. And so yeah, I'm back. I will definitely be giving y'all a review on episode 9. It actually will be coming soon because it's about to come on in a couple days. I'm so late with this review. But I will see y'all next time. Bye.